This is the story of the American dream, told by a man who's lived it, those who fear for it, and 3 women on a journey to rediscover it. Previously on I Am Forever.
I remember seeing the Statue of Liberty, and tears came into my eyes. I ran out into the street to pick up gold. I could not find any. I ran back to my mother, and I said, "Mom, they lied to us. There is no gold in the streets." Well, years later, I realized it wasn't a lie. The gold in the streets of America was really opportunity.
So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna break up into 3 groups. What you guys are gonna do individually is plan 3 routes.
Now we're talking the same language.
You've got a feline friend in the woods.
There's another game trail here. I'm taking it.
Careful, careful, careful.
America was great. All I had to do was work, and I would get paid for it. I worked every opportunity I could find, whether it was shoveling snow, whether it was cutting down a Christmas tree, mowing lawns, whether it was digging up quahogs, which is a clam, and I would dig up 100 pounds, and I would get $2. America was great. We lived on the Atlantic Ocean in Brunswick, Maine. My dad, in search of a job as a cook, agreed to travel with this Greek gentleman that he worked for in Brunswick, all the way across to a place called San Bernardino, California. $20 in his pocket, 3 kids and a wife, not speaking the language. He traveled across country with everything we owned. And I mean everything that we owned. We arrived in San Bernardino, California, and by golly, I thought, this is the city of plenty. I would ride my bike up the mountain to work at the Arrowhead Springs Hotel, dishwasher, busboy, laundry, finally, waiter. I saved my money to go to college. Again, luck was with me. I got a job as a caddy. I learned to play golf. I made more than $1 an hour. I had arrived.
All right, so I'm just gonna clean this off, and then I'm gonna make a little tiny hole at the bottom.
Not gonna watch.
So your first time purchasing a boot, it's always best to spend the extra $100, whatever it is, because your feet are the most important. And it's something you'll learn. But these boots would have been awesome if you were just hiking without a pack. You would have been able to do 25 miles, no problem. Once you get that stress on this boot is not made for that stress, and so it's causing these seams to, poke through onto your heel.
So I already wrapped my feet, like for preventative measure, but where my foot's rubbing is just right down in here across the ball of my foot. And anytime you feel heat on the bottom of your foot, it's just better to stop. And the key with this is to flex your foot so that when you relax it, the tape fills in all these little holes. Yeah, it's cheap. Tape is cheap. Feet are not. Instead of pushing off your toe, try to push from your heel and use your leg and your glute to drive you forward.
But you see, we're 6,300 feet, and we dropped to camp all the way to 4,100. Climbing back up this morning. It's quite a drop.
Everyone take a stab at where we are?
Halfway there.
You're killing me now.
I'm sorry, I don't have my map out.
You want to take a stab at where we're at?
Right there, that's what I would say.
You're correct. The grid coordinate is 438-550.
So that looks fun.
After a 4-mile morning hike, there was no time for rest. As you saw last episode, the women were put to their first steep challenge, navigating 5 miles cross-country on their own to camp.
This is the first crossing. This is...
Are we going that way, though?
Yeah, we're... But that doesn't seem right to me.
So cross-country travel is a little bit harder than trail travel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Trail Appreciation Day.
Now she's on a mission, watch out.
This is hard, Cody.
Careful, careful.
I can't help but smile because today was such an amazing day on the mountain. And I think I speak for all of us in that everything that happened today was such huge moments in all of our lives. It was a great day, and it was a great lesson, I think, in life in general about sticking through with our goals. It's not always easy to reach where we want to be, but at the end of the trail is triumphant, you know. Wow, awesome. It's a fabulous place to be successful. And sometimes it's just not always easy getting there. And it makes it so much sweeter, though, when you do get there. Especially when you've done it yourself. Yeah, with
absolutely.
your own work and knowledge, and that's very empowering.
This is so beautiful.
This is amazing. It is. I feel fantastic, especially because I'm a military spouse, and my husband is the one. He's the hero in our family. My children look up to him. They know the things that he's done and the accomplishments that he's made in his service career. And just to have their mom do something fantastic.
Awesome. Mom is awesome.
I know, they're gonna say, that's cool, way to go, Mom. So I know maybe they all won't understand it now, but looking in the future, they'll be able to say, Mom was pretty cool too.
Stepping out of your comfort zone and taking on challenges, like that is what our country's founded on. And look at what we can do when we take a driven attitude, the desire to learn, and confidence-building steps. Look at the success we can achieve.
She did it! It's crazy to think too, so just getting water out here is a challenge, right? And when people came to this country, things like that were so challenging, just the smallest things. And now those things are so easy for everyone. And I think that it's very important that they learn this so they have a respect for when they turn the faucet on, that it could, be the other way. And it's hard work.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
But success is hard work.
Exactly.
Woo, this is the heat of the day.
So, Faith, you ready for your pistol final exam?
I think so.
So this is all you on your own. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did on the inventory test. 5 yards, 10 rounds slow fire.
Okay.
We're gonna move back to the 10-yard line. We're gonna do your triple bullseye drill. So 50 seconds, 10 rounds, 40 seconds, 10 rounds, 30 seconds, 10 rounds. Last one, we're going down to 30 seconds. Then we're gonna move back to the 25-yard line, and we're gonna shoot 5 minutes slow fire, 10 rounds. Time starts now. Again, the 25 is where every little thing matters, especially with that short-barreled pistol. The improvement has come from just the trigger control, follow-through, all the fundamentals that we were talking about throughout the training, and I'm thrilled. Awesome improvement across the board, really pleased. So we spent some time training, and now we're going to do our final test. So we're gonna hold you to a tighter time standard, because we've been working on balancing the speed and the accuracy.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the 5 yard. We didn't give you a time limit on the initial test. We're gonna bring you to 40 seconds to shoot 10 rounds. When we go to the triple bull at 10 yards, we're gonna shrink the times down to 30, 20, and 10 seconds. And then for the 25 yard slow fire, we gave you 5 minutes. We're gonna cut your time down to 2 minutes for this, 10 rounds, okay? So this is where the rubber meets the road. Make all those shots count. Nicely done.
We've lost the concept of earning achievement resulting from work and effort. We've got this freedom to do nothing, this license to do nothing and be self-esteem rewarded and ends rewarded without any means to justify it.
I think we've come to forget what our ancestors knew as a matter of course, which is that to be given an education, to be given material goods without having to work for them, without having to strive and improve yourself in some way, is ultimately unfulfilling.
When I was 15, I think my very first job was at a bowling alley in the snack bar, working behind the counter a couple of days a week, and it helped pay for gas in my car, helped pay to fix my old broken down car, and that used to be the norm.
Look at the number of people who are working summer jobs now compared to 1985. That's not because everybody is lazy, it's because we've created a culture, we've created a government that tells people not to go out there at a young age and learn what it's like to flip a burger or to work at a summer camp. And eventually that's going to catch up with us.
Now, it seems we're so worried about making sure that our kids can get into the right college that by the time they're in high school, we've got so many activities for them. And if it's not activities, then it's tutoring, but everything's geared towards that education and not necessarily the life experience and developing a strong work ethic as opposed to a strong studying ethic and how you can learn as opposed to how you can actually work.
So I worked as a caddy in the daytime, as a busboy and a waiter in the evening. I saved money. I met many influential people, mostly people from Hollywood that would stay at the Arrowhead Springs Hotel and play golf. And they all treated me well. I went to Cal State, Los Angeles, played on a golf team. I played with a lot of young pros that I competed against them. I found something that I could do and I could be an equal. And there was a future in it, and I thought I was going to turn pro. No journey can be told without mentioning some of the names of the people that have helped you along the way, and I have had many. One in particular that I am thinking about is a gentleman named Bob Leavenworth. He offered to sponsor me on the professional golf tour. I said to Bob, I would rather that you gave me a job, Bob, and I will sponsor myself. Well, he did. He gave me a job selling houses that he had just built. It wasn't soon after that I discovered I had a greater opportunity in building homes than I had in turning professional golfer. I had my own business by my senior year, building houses, selling homes, and I would drive back and forth to school. Early in the morning, come back and get my crews together, and I would work the rest of the day. I learned that I could compete with those builders that I knew whose parents had money. I learned that if I worked twice as hard, if they worked 6 hours and I worked 16, I learned that I could maybe pass them up. It was competition, without question. And I jumped at it with relish. I worked and I worked hard. But I got tired, there's no question about it, like anybody else, and I would sleep literally standing up at times. Fortune smiled at me. Opportunity was there, and I grasped it. Hard work in America gave me that opportunity. I learned to love America, as I knew that I always would. I learned that it is a special place. It is a place where most of us can be what we want to be, can do what we want to do, but we have to grasp an opportunity when it comes by, and we can't say, well, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I've got other things to do. No, you grasp that opportunity when you can.